Radio drama.
The Silk Shawl by Mehmet Seyda. Halil İbrahim Yılmaz as Lieutenant. Dilşah Sare Yazıcı as Servant. Zehra Yiğitbaşı as Inspector. Züleyha Eyüpoğlu as Afitab. Yağmur Selin Usta as Serpil. Hasan Şeker as Mahmut Kemal. And Ali Kağan Güney as Ali Muhsin.
So, you are the first one to see the body.
Yes, sir.
In what condition did you find the body?
She was standing and leaning against a walnut tree. I thought she got up early in the morning and went out to garden for fresh air. I yelled from afar, "Little lady, our breakfast is ready."
Then,
Her eyes were wide open. She looked like she was staring far away. I called out her name again.
so, at first, you couldn't realize that she was murdered.
I couldn't, sir.
Well, when and how did you understand?
She didn't answer me. I was just about to hold her hand. Suddenly she fell down.
You screamed and stormed out into the street, then caused a commotion in the neighborhood.
Yes, sir. I didn't know what to do.
I can see. Did you love her?
Yes, indeed. I have known her since she was a baby. She never said a bad word in her life.
How long have you been working at this mansion?
Since a very young age. I think it's been 30 years. The gentleman and the lady wanted me to work for them when they weren't isn't. My aunt consented to it.
Who comes here often?
Little lady's friends.
Were there any boys among her friends?
Of course they were. The little lady was modern.
Do they often come by?
What do you mean, sir?
Do they visit in the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening?
Honestly, I don't know what to say, sir. They would come whenever they wanted and whenever the young lady called them. There is a phone inside the hallway. Sometimes the little lady called them to invite to swim in the sea and play. Sometimes they come on their own without invitation.
Can you tell me how many of them there were?
It depends, sometimes 5 and sometimes 10.
It means they could have been 10.
Yes, they called. They would dance and have fun in the garden. Our little lady used to sit in the corner. She was so different. She was dignified, absolutely dignified. Sometimes I watched her. I felt so sad about her.
That's what I was going to ask. She invited them, but didn't mingle with them. Why?
I don't know. Something used to stop her, but I don't know what it was. She went to France and come back in sorrow.
Yes, she went there and came back 6 months ago. Did you two live in this mansion alone?
Yes, sir.
Anyone else?
There is also the gardener, but the little lady gave him 1 month's leave. Taltaga doesn't stay in the mansions. He lives in that shack over there.
So, who do you think could be Aftab's enemy? Who could do this to her?
I don't know. She was like an angel. Can an angel have enemies?
Yes, they call it devil.
It didn't occur to me. You are right, Lieutenant.
Now, think about it. Who could be her enemy?
I've been thinking about it a lot, but I can't find any. All her friends called her the girl with the swan neck. I heard it many times. They loved her.
Swan neck, killed with a silk shawl around her shoulders.
Silk shawl? Ah, when I saw her leaning against the tree, her silk shawl was on her shoulders.
Here comes the prosecutor. Welcome, ma'am.
Thank you. What's the situation? Something new?
We have been working on it all morning. I took the body inside. The doctor wrote the report, but there is no even the slightest progress. All these years I've been doing this work, I've never seen anything like this.
Did you find any footprints? Any stains or marks on the shawl?
It's interesting. It's as if the dead woman walked beneath the tree herself.
In my opinion...
Yes, ma'am.
Never mind for now.
My man searched every inch of the garden. I searched too. I ended up with nothing.
This woman, who's she?
Her maid. She's been here for 30 years.
Did she say anything important?
Almost nothing.
Dear woman, look at me.
Yes, ma'am.
Did your mistress used to go down to the garden in the mornings?
Yes, she did. She would often come down to the garden during the summer months. She would take a walk and get some fresh air before breakfast.
Is that the tree?
Yes. Sergeant was smart enough. He didn't let anyone come closer until we arrived. The first thing I did was to ask whether someone came closer to the body or not. They said no. I checked every inch of it, but there was no footprints, except for those of the maid.
Step away. Wait over there.
Sure, ma'am.
Can we really trust that woman? Could she be the one who killed her? Maybe she just put it on an act and...
You can see our situation, ma'am.
What if it's all an act?
I don't think so. You will understand it.
And what about this?
Nothing. One of those statues in the garden. There are lots of statues like this all around the garden.
The head of this statue is broken and it's on the ground. Seriously, didn't you notice that?
No, ma'am.
Give me that broken head. Maybe there's a connection here. Look, Lieutenant, the head was broken off recently.
What should we make of this?
We'll think about it.
Yes, but...
The victim. She was an intellectual girl, wasn't she?
Yes, she studied in Paris or something.
So, we're looking for a murder in intellectual circles.
But you were suspicious about the maid.
Let's set her aside for now. It was just one of many theories. We gave it a look and moved on. Fine, but this statue sad. It has suddenly become quite significant to me. Would you mind placing it back on the place?
Of course, ma'am.
Now, come over here and take a look at it from my perspective.
Yes.
Do you know whose statue is this?
No.
You already mentioned that there were other similar statues in the garden.
Yes, ma'am, I did.
What about the other statues in the garden?
I don't know, ma'am.
Look, you can see a few of them from here. My dear friend, these statues adorning the garden are of the gods and goddesses of mythology. Look at that largest one over there, the one holding lightning bolts. That is Zeus, the king of the gods. Beside him is Apollo, the god of sun. And further to the left is Venus, the goddess of femininity, representing love and passion. As for this headless statue before us, which one do you think it is? Quite fascinating. It's Minerva, the goddess of wisdom. According to mythology, she directly came out of Zeus' head one day with a great pain. She is also the goddess of war. She was born from Zeus' split skull and immediately began to chant war hymns.
I am sorry, ma'am. I got it now. Yes, the severed head of the goddess of wisdom on the floor. Right next to her, a clever young girl's dead body was also lying on the ground, side by side. A strange coincidence.
You have the point.
And whoever broke the statue's neck also attacked the young girl in the same place. The murderer broke her neck too.
Excellent. Great minds think alike.
Let me be clear, ma'am. This time, things have gotten really tricky, turned into a complete mess.
Why? Couldn't it be a clue for us that both the girl and the statue were attacked in the exact same manner?
Maybe yes, maybe no.
First and foremost, the killer targets the mind and intelligence itself. He sought to annihilate it.
Is this person insane?
He might have lost his mind for a moment, even if it wasn't apparent. People say the victim was very intelligent, very well educated. Such intellect might have provoked the killer.
Yes, it's possible, ma'am. But there's also this. If the killer wanted us to focus on these details, to fall into its trap, then we are already falling into it with these pointless arguments.
No, I'm thinking along different lines. Let's say the killer wanted to trick us and wanted to mislead us with all this fluff and nonsense. Doesn't that prove he's not just anyone? That he's actually quite cunning?
You don't need to look at the statue to know the killer is clever, ma'am. The fact that they got away without leaving any evidence or traces is enough. Sister, could you come over here? This statue's neck is broken. Can you tell me when it got broken?
Ah, is it broken? It wasn't broken yesterday. Silly me.
What are you talking about, woman? Speak properly.
Ah, dump. I forgot.
Tell me, what is it?
I forgot. Apparently my angel had a feeling. She said, if anything ever happening to me, you, wait, I will fetch it.
We'd better follow her.
Yes.
Take it, please.
What's that?
It's a tape, ma'am.
She said, if anything happens to me, give this to the police. She called me last night before going to bed. She said, my dear mate.
I know. You have already told us.
Let's listen to the tape right away. The poor girl was really brilliant.
If there's a tape, there must be a tape recorder too. Where is it?
Let's go, come up, please. Upstairs.
A message from the dead girl.
It's very strange that the girl foresaw everything and was prepared. She knew she will be killed, but she couldn't stop it. Excuse me, let's put one to play. Let's see.
What a beautiful view of the bay from the balcony.
Not just beautiful, it's fascinating too.
What about the trees cascading towards the sea and the garden?
Ah, what a scenery.
You can just sit here even without moving any muscle.
So that's what Aftap does. She just sits.
A plane!
A passenger plane.
Who knows who on board?
Let me tell you.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
The passengers.
I'm sick of your jokes.
But except that I knew who are on board.
Is she ever gonna be quiet like this?
We are speaking instead of her.
She invited us, saying she had something huge to tell us, but staying silent. How lovely.
Classic Aftap. Don't mess with her.
Let her be, let her be. How long should I? Whatever. Oh, but if you say something about Aftap right after you should let her be. I've seen a lot, but you're another level when it's come to doing nothing.
Aftap, do you hear? Circle's fed up with both of us.
Why is that?
You invited us here to say something, but you fell silent. You're on her side too. She thinks you are doing nothing.
I was thinking, why is there sadness in the eyes of melancholics and boundless rage in the eyes of madmen?
Did you see? Look.
Yeah, I saw. There she goes again. This verse is profoundly gets under my skin.
Nah, she ain't acting.
I was thinking, why can't this life ever follow prearranged plans? Why does it suddenly go off the rails and turn our best intentions upside down?
Can I answer?
Sure.
Life and plans. Both of them are different, you know.
And there you have it.
And I was thinking, why would I gain from recounting a past incident to an impatient girl like Serpil, to a chatterbox like you who make jokes all the time?
You never know.
I wouldn't gain anything. On the contrary, I will be in trouble.
Oh, wait a second. Why would you be in trouble?
I don't know. You'll understand only if you listen to the story.
Come on, spill the beans.
I think it's better if both of you don't wonder about this story that intrigues so much. It shouldn't have remained a secret to me until the end. It shouldn't have been revealed. Unfortunately, I have to tell you.
But that is a sinister way, Aftap. I didn't like it. It doesn't suit friendship. You are using the wrong way.
No.
Quit telling and say it. We all will be revealed.
You know where I was 2 years ago?
Paris. Your father was in the foreign affairs and he was alive. So you went to there too. We know that.
Excuse me, Muhsin, but you're a bit mistaken. I went to Paris after my father passed away.
Nah, so be it.
My parents say they were making good money. My intention was to get my father's stamp collection out of the house and study philosophy at the Sorbonne. I was looking for a flat that was small, cheap, near the university, something suitable for me.
Your goal was to become a teacher when you came back, am I wrong?
That's right. He was a tall, thin man. His age was impossible to guess. He wasn't Turkish.
Who were you talking about, sweetie?
The main character of the story.
That came off the blue. I couldn't get it.
We met in an apartment hallway. He was going down, I was going up to the top floor. He stepped aside and waited for me to pass. The landing was both very dark and very narrow. I had to bump into him as I passed. "Pardon me," I said. "Pardon me, miss," he said. "Can we begin with just a pardon me?" It had already begun. His second words were, "That flat has been taken, miss." But how could he know that I was looking for a flat to rent there? I was surprised. Taking advantage of my surprise, he took his hat in his hand and introduced himself. Time seemed to stand still. I couldn't speak. I just stood there, smiling. I must have blushed terribly. I was terrified that he would think I was a rude, ill-mannered woman who didn't know how to speak properly. When he said that I was a student and had came from Istanbul, I froze completely.
Really?
It wasn't written on my face, yet as he looked at my face, he could read everything. He was going to help me find a flat. To be honest, I couldn't bring myself to say, "Thank you, I'll look one for myself."
I see.
The place I was going to look for had already been rented, so we had to go and look for another flat. And that's what we did. In the sunlight, he looked quite old and ugly to me. There were wrinkles around his eyes. 2 lines near his lips looked like 2 knife wounds. It was as if he endured all the words suffering and hardship. But then, do you know what happened? When I looked at his face again, it changed incredibly. The lines disappeared. His slight hunch straightened. He seemed to have become younger. His eyes were bright and large enough to steal the minds of all women.
Isn't it ridiculous?
Listen, everything is ridiculous. His was like a child's smile, and as he slipped his arm around me, that smile faded. Everything became totally nonsense. His lack of pretension didn't feel like insincerity, but rather a sincerity I'd never seen before. The flat he found was comfortable and surprisingly cheap. I kept thanking him. I waited for him to say something in return, to speak. If he was as open-minded as he seemed, he could have offered to go out dinner that night. It would have been natural and I wouldn't have found it strange. But no, he bowed respectfully, kissed my hand, and quickly walked away. I spent the night thinking, there you go, a gentleman, that's what they call politeness. My father used to say, don't pay attention to what people say. The most polite men in the world live in Germany, the rudest in France.
Is he right?
I don't know. His polite behavior, his thin, long, sorrowful face, the way that face changed in a second, his deep gaze and incomprehensible old age and youthfulness just wouldn't leave my mind.
I said you wanted this romance, didn't I?
Yes.
Anyway, when I saw him leaving the flat across the hall next morning, I wasn't really surprised. My subconscious seemed to be expecting this encounter, ready for it. Very well prepared, in fact. We greeted each other with a smile. It was as if we were meant to live in the same floor, in flats opposite to each other. He drew me to the campus in a small limousine and dropped me off at the door for 15 single days. I went to the campus in his car, and when I was going back home, I took the tram. He was very busy and couldn't pick me up at those times.
So, what did you two talk about?
He was interested in my culture, hardly say anything about his work, but it was clear that he got by without any financial worries.
Then?
One night, there was a knock on my door. For some reason, the doorbell didn't ring. My knees buckled with excitement. I barely made it to the door, staring at him. I was now trembling too. A feeling whispered me that it was him at the door, and it turned out to be true. He couldn't sleep and asked me for a book to read. He chose the book himself from my small bookcase and left immediately after taking it. What a fool I was to imagine such things.
I see.
I can't understand that Aftap in the story.
It's plain and simple. I set my mind on seducing the man by any means necessary.
You, huh?
I wore the heaviest scents, provocative scents. My father's stamp collection was slipping around my grasp, and my wardrobe was filling up with revealing clothes. And when Andre came to the door, I was caught half naked. I finally managed to seduce this man. He kissed me next to the window for the first time. My head was dizzy. Then he left, returning with a gift, a memento, a shawl of rare, powerful silk. He draped it over my half-naked shoulders with his own hands. And he stood before me, staring at me for minutes as if hypnotized. I could sense, of course, that the shawl suited me very well, but frightened, I begged, "Please, don't look at me like that." He barely managed to control himself. He smiled again with that innocent, childish smile and approached me. "How about a trip for safari in Africa?" I wasn't expecting such an offer from him. "But I have school. I came here to study at the Sorbonne, not to wander around Africa," I whined. But I shouldn't have been worried. No faculty on earth could teach me what I would see and learn on a trip with him. We spent money like there was no tomorrow and bought a lot of things. Whenever I saw something in a window and liked it, it immediately became mine. I wouldn't want it, I resist, but he'd buy it anyway.
Oh, poor man. He might have hardships in his childhood.
No. He was born into a large castle, surrounded by servants, maids, and grooms. He once said that if his father hadn't started gambling and lost a large amount of money, forcing him to sell part of his estate, he could have lived a comfortable life without ever having to work.
So he's definitely a poor spendthrift. He desires to live without working and he's wasteful.
Why is that?
A strong-willed person is, in a sense, a person who controls his money, uses it when he needs it and only when it's time to. In my opinion, the money in hands of such weak-willed man is spent randomly for the sake of whims.
But I was his only purpose at that moment. Everything was for me.
His behavior is so suspicious. It seems like he wants to buy your love. However, he should assume it was unnecessary. As you told, you were the one to seduce him in the beginning. Why?
You don't want to realize that I've met someone of exceptional character. Except for the day he gave me the shawl as a gift, he never strayed from the path to win me over, never went any further.
So, weren't you his thing?
No, never.
Two pairs of doves meeting on the pitch. First they flirt and they become travel companions. And there is exactly nothing between them.
Muhsin, come on.
We are overwhelmed, my dear. Forgive us, we can't resist. As you tell me these things, it seems to me you are hiding the real meaning behind your words.
Who is that wise kid?
We'll see. Turn the sound up.
Run your fingers over the shawl. Can you feel how soft it is? I never such a soft fabric. It almost non-exists.
Chinese silk is very strong. It won't tear even if you pull on it.
Tearing? I can't dare to touch it.
If you'll let me, I'll tell you about the evening we boarded in a ferry in Marseille. Someone was solving us. I didn't know him, but wherever I looked, I saw him nearby. It was as if he wanted to tell me something. Andre was always with me, so he never had the chance. I was getting annoyed by this silliness. If I looked at him, nothing happened, but as soon as Andre looked, he will turn his back and slip away quietly. But after a while, he was leaning in the cabin, that I saw him dressed completely differently. I only recognized him by his eyes. He looked at me as if I should keep quiet.
Didn't you tell that to Andre?
No.
Why?
I don't know.
So, did you learn who he was, what he wanted from you, at least?
Yes, I later learned that he was a detective with the French police force. He grew suspicious of my boyfriend for not bringing back the woman he took away.
Andre, that guy whom you went safari with. That's kind man.
Starting from Algeria, we traveled all along the southern Mediterranean coast, forgetting everything in each other's joyful gazes. The day seemed like a dream, and it continued like this all the way to Cairo. The first disappointment appeared there.
Like what?
We ate our dinner, chatting cheerfully. After dinner, we were going to rest a little and then go out, and he was going to wait for me in the hall downstairs. I found my beloved, whom I hoped to find in the hall, crouched over a small suitcase in the passageway next to the dimly lit bathroom, illuminated by a small red bulb.
What was he doing?
I'm telling you, I never wondered what was inside that suitcase. When he turned his head and saw me, he flinched as if caught doing something wrong. "What are you doing here? Get out of my sight!" he shouted. He closed the suitcase immediately. The cold, dead were his eyes. It is hard to describe. He saw me, but could he recognize me? A horrible laughter burst from his throat. I ran breathless and threw myself onto my room. I didn't know what happened to me. I threw myself onto the bed. I was trembling. Did he pretend to love me?
I just can't figure it out.
Anyone will be shocked and unable to think straight at that moment. Yet the truth was very clear, right in front of me. He was angry with me because I caught him red-handed, and he was furious. Inside the suitcase he opened and looked into her photographs of his former lovers. He choked them to death one by one.
No way!
Oh, you scared her pretty much, Aftab.
Oh, I'm scared to death of these things.
At first, I thought I didn't see, but I saw everything. With trembling hands, he held out the cards to the red lights, a devilish smile on his lips while looking at them. Some were blonde, some were brunette, and some were so beautiful you couldn't look away. Most of them were my age.
It was the right time to head to Istanbul, I think.
Unfortunately, I lacked the power to make that decision. Perhaps a few minutes passed, perhaps a few hours, I don't know. He stood by my bedside as gloomy and polite as ever. He took my hands and kissed them. He apologized. He was afraid of losing me. He no longer hid anything. At that time, he became a strange person, separate from everyone else. He explained it like this. When I was a child, my mother and father treated me as if I came and ruined their lives. They didn't want me to be born. And one day, they didn't hesitate to say this to my face, one after the other. So then, when I heard that from them, I found some pictures and hid in the ceiling. I put the pictures side by side and said, "This is my mother, this is my father." Then, looking more closely, I asked, "Who are those strange women and men?" I couldn't make sense of anything. I didn't know what to do, he said.
The traumas begin to rise in childhood.
I told him, "You scared me so much that now I don't know what to say to you." But the sick man let go of my hands. He was kissing my feet and crying. His head was bowed. He was ashamed in agony, like the openness of his hands. His remorse and regrets were infinite. He seemed to condemned to live perpetually at the extreme end of every emotion, every situation. A feeling inside me whispered that the best thing would be to forget or to act as if I had forgotten. But I didn't want two beautiful dreams to be shattered. I suppose we cannot easily bear to see the castles we built for ourselves destroyed with a single blow. We made peace there. We reconciled, and there was never another harsh word between us. We rented a large motorboat with the cabin and went on a trip on the Nile. He knew every inch of the place, where the currents were, where the shallow water was, but someone was still following us.
So, was it that famous detective?
No, it wasn't him. I think it was someone else. Since we left Cario, Andre was silent again.
Everything fell silent before the thunder.
He took lots of pictures, spending long hours in the section he designated as his photo room, and wasn't interested in the beautiful scenery. I was sick of it. He always asked me to wear that shawl and took dozens of pictures of me. It was unbearable.
It was, for sure. If I were you, I would explode.
I didn't see any of the photos. I didn't care at all. It was too hot, and I could think nothing.
Miss Prosecutor, is there anything else that has caught your attention so far and that you consider important?
No. Why do you ask?
I wonder if I got carried away by what the girl said and jumped to conclusions.
During the conversation, as the young man, what was his name? Muhsin? As he said, I think the poor girl was actually holding something back. From what we've heard so far, we still haven't figured out what her real aim was. At least, I haven't.
May I continue, ma'am?
Sure.
If madness means the mind's obsession with something, a fixation on a subject, and an inability to escape it, then this guy couldn't escape adding different motivates to his own murders. What I mean is that while the obsession remained, an artistic curiosity for fantasy overwhelmed him. Madness doesn't mean being idiot, does it, Serpil?
I don't know. I never think about it.
I asked because I know you don't. It will be fitting to say he was like a wild bear compared to the famous lander Andre. He doesn't drag things out, he cuts to the chase. I can say this about his mental construct. If God is the creator, Andre was the destroyer, bringing people into existence and destroying them under various circumstances. This madness cost him thousands of pounds, and the things he told me, inconsistencies gradually began to appear. The chain of logic broke. I think his aim was to stifle the scream of life carried by a crude existence while it was still in the victim's throat.
However, geniuses and nuts compete in delving deeply into a particular subject.
What did I do? Did I praise him too much?
A little bit, but never mind, dear.
What he did was horrible. He would cut off women's path, appearing innocent to devise them. After surprising them with what they didn't know beforehand, he would retreat into the distance, and at the very least, he was taking his time, waiting for them to fall into the trap he set for them.
A maniac's game.
Beyond crazy.
I'm afraid this story will go on until morning.
Let me get back to my story. I've always reached the end. We returned to Cairo from that exhausting trip. We left the motorboat to explore the pyramids, scratching under the sun for centuries, created by prisoners groaning under the lash. Andre didn't want to hire a guide. We climbed the stones, and the silk shawl was still around my neck. Suddenly, my foot slipped, and Andre grabbed me just as I was about to fall. As soon as he grabbed both ends of the shawl, he tried to pull it tight. In fact, he pulled it so tight that I didn't have much time to figure out what it was. A slim man was between us. They were fighting fiercely, as if trying to kill each other. I didn't understand what it was, but it was a man. While trying to save me, he almost got himself killed. Enraged, angry, Andre was being knocked to the ground by deadly punches and kicks.
Seems like our new nobleman Andre is a lunatic. Nature only grants man this poisonous bitter power when he is mad.
I knew my turn would come next. I was screaming as loud as I could, hoping one of the guards below would hear me. Then I realized my voice wasn't coming out at all. That I was just feeling like I was screaming, but whatever happened, it happened then. That man who had been beaten mercilessly since earlier, that little thing, straightened up as if he had never been beaten. He stood up. "I wanted to capture you alive. It won't happen," he said. One punch, then another. Andre fell back, then let out a scream of pain and rolled, flying from rock to rock. As he threw his punches, I looked at my rescuer, whose fake bird slipped, and with a pained look, without saying a word, I fell into his arms and fainted, because I felt the cold breath of death, even only for a brief moment. Later, during the lengthy investigation and inquiries, evidence criminating the patient, I will no longer call him my lover or a monster, only the patient, was easily found. Andre also kept a diary, and he wrote down the murders he committed, the location, the dates, even the time.
So, he was nearly caught by his own writings.
No, not at all. Now I'm getting to the most interesting part of this incredible story. The patient was hit with a terrible blow to the jaw and rolled head over the heels down to the rugs. I saw it with my own eyes. The probability of death was 1,500%, but his body was never found. You know, some bodies are never found even when searched for extensively. It was as if the earth split open and swallowed him, or he flew away. Everything was ready to hang him, but he was gone, neither dead nor alive. The trial was held in absentia. I was the foremost witnesses. There were many other witnesses besides me, the lovers, husbands, mothers, and fathers of the young girls and women he deceived. They were lining up to demand heavy compensation. France was in chaos. While some newspapers attacked the police, others made fun of the whole thing. They ran headlines like, "The shadowman who did not want to defend himself in court. We received a personal letter from him. First let it be determined when he really exists, then let him be judged." Everything was a mess. I often felt faint during the session. The nice thing about this whole affair was that France was slowly beginning to embrace and protect him. The hero of the day was not me, but the one who escaped from the clutches of death. It was that shadow man whose body could not be found.
People must have a sense of humor.
The letter from the Egyptian police stated that not even the smallest trace of blood had been found on the stones of the pyramid. They thought about it, discussed it, and finally decided it would be better to sweep the case under the rug rather than cause an uproar. The case was dismissed due to lack of evidence. I saw him, I say. The detective says, I saw it too, and I quarreled with him. Yes, I saw him. They fought and he rolled away, I say. Well, where, they ask. I explain. He wasn't there, they say. What about those letters, those diaries? And they say, bring the man in and it will be re-examined.
Maybe he's still in the desert.
Maybe meanwhile he came to the Paris, attended to his own trails.
Well, maybe he's listening to us here, listening carefully. According to a rumor, the patient had spent months in one of Cario's private clinics in exchange of large sum of money, and then was discharged.
Oh, no way, shut up.
According to another rumor, he escaped from Egypt in a green car, but this man's nationality was different. His language was different, his name was different. He spoke Turkish, Arabic, and English fluently, and he blended into the crowd.
Is that all? Andre, the mysterious guy you mentioned, was tall?
Yeah,
He had dark brown eyes. There were 2 deep lines at the corner of the lips, right?
that's right.
Sometimes would he lean slightly forward while walking?
Yes, he would.
Did he have dark hair, broad forehead?
He did.
Was the top of his head spare?
Yes.
Was he interested in photographs, pictures?
First, when he was a child, he hid the family photos to basement. There he looked at them and thought. Then he started taking photos of the lovers he killed.
Excuse me, but where exactly did he hide the family pictures? In the basement or the ceiling?
In the basement?
You said it was a ceiling before.
Does it matter?
Well, no.
Really? Why are you focusing on that?
Never mind.
Do you think I lied to you?
Of course not.
Well, I thought you used some symbols instead of the real people. Therefore, the man nicknamed Andre became the man I frequently see at the Kadıköy ferry.
Seriously?
Didn't you hear? As I was describing the man, she kept saying yes.
Believe my story or not, that's up to you. You are free to interpret both this story and my purpose. I may have warned someone with this.
You must be aware that what you're saying is rather difficult to understand, mustn't you?
I know. I told a story, you listened to a story. That's all.
Oh, I won't sleep well tonight.
Same here.
Well, what do you say, Lieutenant? Has the girl shed any light on the potential killer for us?
I don't want to speak definitely, but we have gathered quite a few clues.
How so?
In a large group of friends, we will weed out and focus on 2 people at most.
Muhsin and Serpil?
Yes, ma'am, that's the first one.
We'll listen to their conversation from beginning to end. Well, they seemed innocent enough.
Murderers are innocent as everybody before they commit a murder, ma'am. Second, we will put aside the patient called as Andre. We will focus on the man Serpil says she often meets on Kadıköy ferry. Serpil will lead us to that man. These are not easy things.
The list of suspects has been narrowed down to 3.
Yes, I think so, ma'am. But you never know. This issue will give us a lot of trouble. Wait a minute.
What's wrong?
I remember something.
What's that?
The walnut tree.
Yes, so what's the deal with the walnut tree?
It escaped our notice. While we were thinking that there were no footprints other than those of the murdered girl and the maid at the scene, I didn't realize how close the tree was to the 2nd floor terrace. Someone could have easily jumped from the terrace onto the tree's branches, couldn't he? When the girl came under the tree, he could have quietly bent down and strangled her.
For heaven's sake! If this assumption turns out to be true,
I am sure it will.
you'll have accomplished the most successful work of your career. As for what comes next, your promotion to a higher rank, The bonuses, the monthly leaves. Leave all that to me. I honestly thought we'd never get out of this. That yet another file would be added to the unsolved murders cases. Yes, after strangling that girl with the silk shawl, the killer could have simply vanished back to where he came from. Honestly, bravo. Let's go and examine that tree immediately.
Let's check out the terrace first.
All right.
Did you send your man for me?
Is your name Ali Muhsin?
Yes, I am.
Then we did.
But finding you at the faculty wasn't easy at all.
The lady is a prosecutor.
May I ask why?
The lady and I are going to ask you some questions. You will learn why. Isn't the university on break now?
Yes, it is. But I got an appointment with my professor to discuss a matter.
Look, young man, don't you think you can fool us?
Nah, I don't mean to do something like that.
The more clearly and honestly you answer the questions, the better it will be for you.
Yes. As the lieutenant pointed out, it will really be for your own good.
So, ask me then.
Where did you spend last night? And with whom?
I was in Kocaeli or Izmit, whatever.
What were you doing in Izmit?
My mother and sister live there, so I went to see them.
How can you prove that? You went and spent the night there.
The tickets are collected on the bus, you know, but you can ask my mom or my sister. Both of them are civil employees. It must be clear whether they are talking to favor me or not.
Wait a second, gentlemen. The maid also said yesterday that she was from Izmit.
Yes. Interesting.
Do you know Afitap Tolgar?
Yes, I do, sir.
And the woman who works for her?
The maid? Of course, she's my relative.
Interesting.
So, where do you stay here? At the mansion?
No, in a student hostel in Yiğitbaşı. I visit the mansion occasionally to see my aunt. I bring news from my mother and take news back to her. I met Aftab 4 years ago when she finished high school and came here to university. We became friends.
What kind of friends?
Very good friends in terms.
Is your family poor?
Well, my mother and sister are both civil employees. My aunt has been working in a mansion for years, but I wouldn't say she's wealthy.
But Afitap Tolgar's family is quite wealthy.
So what?
I see. You're a senior at the Faculty of Law. We're practically colleagues. What do you plan on becoming once you graduate? A lawyer? Or perhaps a judge?
I haven't made up my mind yet. Once my military service is over, then depending on the situation.
You will be man of justice. Answer me truthfully. Did Afitap ever give you money or help you financially?
Yes, she did, and of course a lot.
I see.
For instance, how much?
It must be in my notes.
Look into them and inform us.
Well, I'll repay all the money she granted me. That means I owe exactly 7,580 liras.
When are you planning to pay back this debt?
I don't want it. I won't take it back in this world, she says, but I'll start paying it back as soon as I get my first paycheck.
To whom?
To her, of course.
How?
I'll probably finish it in a year or two with equal installments.
If the dad accepts debt, you pay.
What are you talking about?
Don't you know she was murdered?
What? You must be kidding.
You bowstringed her.
No!
You killed her and escaped to Izmit.
No, look, I'm not...
Tell me the departure time of the bus.
Bus departed from the terminal at 6 p.m.
That's a lie.
No!
I thought you were going to be a man of the law. Unfortunately, you're a liar, young man. Serpil Tarakçıoğlu, a mutual friend of yours and Afitap's, testified that you left the mansion together around 8 p.m. last night. She said you went to their house in Dalyan and sat in her room, talking privately until the very late hours.
No, she can't.
But she told us. She said it. If you want, I can have her brought in right now, so you can confront her face to face.
How could she do that? How could she say that?
Confess it. You killed Afitap Tolgar.
No.
Stop wasting our time.
I don't mean to, but she can't.
What is it that she can't?
Serpil can't be the murderer.
Of course it can't be her, sir. Of course not.
I'm...
You are the murderer. Of course it can't be her. Now, we're all going to the mansion together. We will conduct a crime scene reconstruction.
Will Serpil be coming too?
Should she come along? Is it even necessary? What do you think, Lieutenant?
Sure, she will come.
She recorded all of the conversation. I didn't know that.
Now you know. There's nothing left to hide.
Aftab shouldn't have done that.
Why? How else we were going to catch you?
I'm not caught yet.
You are in our hands. Or are you planning to escape?
Nah, I'm not.
You're confronted with each other. You accepted everything the girl said exactly as it was.
Yes, I did.
You said you took the 6 p.m. bus to Izmit. That was a lie too.
It was a lie, yes.
Then what?
But I'm not the killer. I didn't kill her.
All the evidence is against you. And you are dragging this out. Enough! Now tell us how you killed the girl.
Did you find that man? The one Aftab calls Andre and Serpil calls Mr. Tayyar?
Yes, he will be here soon.
Let me speak after he arrives.
For what?
I got special purposes.
Should I go or stay, sir?
You have to stay.
But Household must be concerned about me.
We'll inform them. Your statement as a witness hasn't been officially taken yet. It'll be taken, and you will sign it. It's a formality.
I can't sign it right now.
You had better not leave me in the lurch, Serpil.
Far from it. I'd rather be hanged than be found of again. I can't stand looking at you anymore. Now, even your voice gets under my nerves.
I'm so sorry, but I thought...
Think whatever you want. I don't care. I've never felt this disgust before.
Here they are.
Your man didn't tell me nothing. Why did you got me in here like this, with police car?
When the car turned onto the road to the mansion, you must have realized where you were being taken and why.
Believe me, I didn't understand anything.
You grew pale.
Your beard is trembling too. Did it scare you that much?
No, you just humiliated me before the family I was with. You can't take people from their houses without judge's permit.
The officers were at the door. I assume they didn't have to use any force against you.
No, they didn't, but they also didn't tell me where and why they were taking me to.
Now you will learn.
What's your real name? Andre or Tayyar? Which one?
Mahmut Kemal.
What? He told me it was Tayyar.
The first rule is that one should not believe female hunters even when they say Allah is one.
Who is this mister? Is he with police or with you?
No, he is not one of us.
Not with the police, nor with you, my fellow mate, Mr. Mahmut Kemal.
He is the suspect.
He won't trip up.
The second rule, my dear Serpil, don't whistle before you are out of the woods.
Stop right there. You're not allowed to argue with each other.
Did Aftab get murdered?
Unfortunately, yes.
I can't believe it. When?
Last night, early this morning.
Where? In her bed or in her office?
You will learn.
But how could that happen?
In the garden, under the walnut tree.
Strange. She always said that she loved staying under that walnut tree.
Oh, she said that many times.
It's clear that the killer is someone from her inner cycle. Someone who knows her well.
Who is the murderer? Is it this mister?
Me or someone else? Me, you, or Serpil?
What's the matter with you? Are you gonna blame me for the murder?
I didn't mean it.
He killed her himself. He just wanted to pin the crime on me.
Don't be mad, Serpil. I said, she said that to us many times. You didn't raise your voice. Like, you don't know how much I love this walnut, guys. When I stand beneath it and watch my surroundings, all my weariness suddenly melts away, she said. And you were there with us too.
I'm in shock. I can't get over the pressure of it all.
No argument, please.
Dear prosecutor, we must discuss this. We have no choice but to go under the axe. Now I am slowly beginning to understand. The matter is the story Aftab told us yesterday afternoon.
Interesting.
He's lying. He's making up. Aftab never told us story or something.
Oh, that's truly interesting. Well then, Mrs. Serpil, what is the story that you claim was never told us? Why is it the turning point of the entire case?
I will retell the story we heard if it needs to. It was a story about a silk shawl. In short, someone named Andre, who she met in Paris, gave her a silk shawl as a gift. Then he tried to strangle her with that shawl. That's the sum of it.
This young man tries wasting our time again. Miss Serpil says we didn't listen to any story.
Are you saying this is completely baseless, Mrs. Serpil?
There is no such a thing, ma'am. I'm for real.
Whatever. Let's listen to this young man's words. I think the situation is becoming interesting.
Well, we heard the story. You want to tell us something else? Spit it out with history.
You say we heard. How many of you are there? Who else was present?
No one else, except me and Serpil.
He's making up. Making up.
Hold on a moment, Mrs. Serpil. Let us listen. Perhaps we might find it useful.
Aftab was smart. She was either on the terrace or planned the story earlier. In that story, she told us things completely different. As I observed Serpil's behavior and after getting to know Mr. Mahmut Kemal, I gradually realized that, and I think I have figured out who the murderer is and how the murder was committed.
No way.
We believe you committed the murder. You jumped from the terrace onto the walnut tree, then strangled the girl who came underneath. After committing the murder, you returned the way you came. That's why we couldn't find any unknown footprints under the tree. Your aunt works in this house, but she didn't see you or choose not to tell us.
This is a hypothesis, Mr. Lieutenant, but one that will be refuted, disproved, due to its inherent logical flaws. If you allow me, I have some questions for Mr. Mahmut Kemal.
Well, go on.
What do you do for a living, sir?
I'm a trader. I buy and sell valuable things and I live by commissions.
So, you say antique, do you?
Yes, valuable stamp, Bible, books, and this kind of stuff.
Aftab was also a collector of stamps, Bibelots, and books. Did you meet her through this?
Yes, we met in Paris through his father's stamp collection.
How much did you pay for her collection, sir?
3,000 liras.
Then how much did you sell it for?
It's none of your business.
Mr. Mahmut Kemal, actually it's our business.
For 8,000 liras.
Later, when your friendship grew, you told Aftab about it, didn't you?
I couldn't hide it.
I don't think she paid much attention to it at first, because she felt terribly within you. She was so in love that she couldn't think about money. One night, you gave her a silk shawl as a gift. The shawl was made of Chinese silk.
Yes.
The shawl is of a rare kind. It was a kind of gift from the heart.
I told you, I earn my life from selling collections. I didn't hide it. Why should I atone for selling her collection?
Of course you need it. You were greedy, Mr. Kemal. Especially when the girl started clinging to you, you began looking for a way out. You were even more fed up with her, Aftab sensed it. She offered to bring you money from Istanbul so that you could go on a trip. She was holding a weak branch. She hoped if you had seen new countries and traveled together, it might have refueled the long-extinguished flame. She gave you everything she had. You accepted her tempting offer, but you couldn't stand her bad temper and jealousy on the journey. Her constant apologies drove you crazy. Whatever happened, you had the money. Without even considering returning it to her, you disappeared in Cairo, Egypt. The girl was left all alone. She returned to Istanbul, devastated.
Are you done? Is it finished?
Not yet. You had been to Istanbul before. Unfortunately, your sales weren't going as smoothly as the relationships you built with the women and girls. You were up to your ears in debt.
Where did you get this idea from?
From the hidden account book in the middle drawer of Aftab's desk.
Young man, just how do you know that the girl kept such a notebook?
Well, one day she was going to lend me some money. Sorry, it's my habit. I write it down here, she said. I write it down wherever I give to. As I turned the page, I saw something. on a page marked MK. There were much larger figures than mine, listed with their dates.
That's interesting.
The young man is right, Miss Prosecutor. While searching the girl's drawer, such a notebook was found and confiscated as an evidence.
The story is completed from the beginning, the middle, but always from the opposite angle. Therefore, Aftab, who said that Andrew kept a diary, was actually keeping an account book. According to her, Andrew was mentally ill. Instead of recording his crimes in this book, he had recorded the time they were committed. Aftab, who felt distrust towards the person she loved, actually left behind a solid evidence for the future, and she wanted to express this through her story.
Indeed. She constructed the whole narrative backwards, leaving us traces to follow.
Andrew supposedly doesn't care about money, and if we examine Mahmud Kemal's life, we will eventually see that he was exactly opposite, someone who worshipped money. Mr. Mahmud Kemal would arrive at the mansion after midnight and leave before dawn.
How do you come to that conclusion?
I go to the mansion too. I don't stay overnight. I never see Mr. Kemal, even once. Eventually, Aftab realized he got out of control, because the man who showered her with money wasn't staying put. He was out and about with others. I couldn't tell if she saw this with her own eyes or heard it from someone else. I don't know how it happened, but one day she found out that Mr. Kemal had also an affair with Serpil. He was proud. He didn't say anything to her girlfriend, but when he came to ask for money, she lashed out. Don Juan had to leave the mansion, never to set foot there again. On the other hand, he loves Serpil. Judging by his character, let's say he thought he loved her like others. That's why he came even though he was rejected and asked Aftab for money. When she refused to give it to him, I guess he resorted to threats and blackmail. Now the story of the shawl wrapped around Aftab's neck makes sense. It's a curse wrapped around her neck.
Go on, just make step as you go.
I'm making it up, but admit it, I'm making it up well and appropriately. You took me to your house after hearing that story. You asked questions. You investigated. You are probing me, but I knew nothing. The devil tempted me once. Besides, Aftab drove you crazy by hinting that she loved the same person in the past. As soon as you got rid of me, you rushed to Mahmud Kemal's house in Caddebostan, which he didn't pay his rent for months. When you couldn't find him, you came here. The garden gate was open. You slipped inside, you had no plan, you were just angry. You searched the rooms and cornered them in Aftab's studies. They were arguing, or Aftab was strangled to death. A great opportunity presented itself to prove your love to him, even to keep the man bound to you until the end. You looked around, and you carried the body downstairs together. Then you pulled back the ladder you used to carry the body and hid it somewhere.
And in the garden, there was also a statue of Minerva, with a broken neck.
While one was holding the body, the other might have knocked over the ladder in panic and broken it.
Well, Lieutenant, it seems the young man's statement carries more weight than we thought. Wouldn't you agree?
Uh-huh, yes.
Don't believe him, anything he said. He's winging it. He's saving his own neck.
But you lied as well, Mrs. Serpil. You claimed Aftab didn't tell any stories. The poor girl recorded it all on tape. But you didn't know it. And we listened to it.
Did she actually tape it?
God damn her.
She was already dead when I entered her study room. The stranger who introduced himself as Tayyar killed her. I swear to God.
Save the rest for the judge.
No. You have to believe me, please.